Why the long face, Doctor?
How dare you welcome me as if everything is the same? We both know things have changed a lot, don't we?
I'm still me in here, just more alive, as a Skal. It's a new beginning, Doctor.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm gives me some relief.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I respect your courage, Miss Paxton, and I hope life will never wear you down.
Dr. Reed, you know how to make a girl blush. I am glad you came to the docks, whatever your real reasons are.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
You've never faced, let alone killed a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own 2 hands.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
I can't protect the whole city. It's hard enough to gun the docks like this.
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of vampires. What does that make me? A double or a triple agent? Done. Mr. Throgmorton should be happy. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
I put up your public service announcement. Consider the common folk warned about the vampiric presence.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You may not realize it, but you saved a great many lives today.
Do you really think they could be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
Should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
So few clients. No one dares go outside.
I hope I live long enough to see them and always get what's coming.
No one will ever know what I did. I'm gonna die with blood on my hands. No one will remember me.
I cannot enter.
You know, it would be nice to see each other outside the pub sometime.
This situation won't last forever.
We haven't seen Seymour for a while. Even Dyson has stopped coming in every night.
The pub's become right peaceful, don't you think?
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
live long enough to see them wet boy boys get what's coming to them.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
It's locked.
Don't forget to count each bullet you fire.
You told me that already.
Yeah, nice shot. You learn quickly. Pointing an empty gun could be a fatal mistake.
It's easier when I picture the bastard's face.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Why are you teaching your waitress how to use a pistol?
Sabrina is a nice girl who's already faced a lot of problems in her life. She does not need another.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
I know you've been learning to use a gun, Sabrina. What are you up to?
I just want to feel safe when I go home at night.
I understand. Everyone has the right to defend themselves.
Yeah, especially when there's no justice around.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. Does grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Some call this the bad part of town. I've lived in worse. Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us? But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats. Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident. Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
So long, Rufus. Be careful and take care. Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. What can I do for you, Dr. Reed? Should I have turned my Seymour in? Was my crime to love my son?
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Do you need any help?
Can't be good for business to see the bartender cough in your beer.
Indeed. It would be a shame to taint the delicate taste.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. My customers and I, we all thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or
You're still
not,
working
he's
at this
just
hour?
another lost orphan.
That's what I call dedication.
Do you require medical assistance, Miss Cavendish?
Don't feel so good if you have to know. I knew that keeping the bar open with the epidemic wasn't a good idea.
See you later, Miss Cavendish. Goodbye, Miss Cavendish. Rufus! Rufus, what happened to you?
Leave me be!
Rufus, calm down. It's me, Dr. Reed. What's got you scared?
No! You should leave me alone. Otherwise he'll hurt you too.
What are you talking about?
They're all dead. Stella, Jack. And it'll be me soon enough.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What happened to Jack the Rat? I know you consider your rat your only friend.
After he learned about his mother's death, Seymour killed Jack right in front of me. He frightened me so.
I'm sorry, Rufus. I know Jack was your friend.
I've heard bad things about things like sewer dogs, but now I know that people are the real monsters. Comes with being cursed, I suppose.
You're cursed?
People call me Rufus the Curse. Everyone dies around me. First it was my parents in that car accident when I was a boy. Then Mrs. Fishburne, now Jack.
You really loved Miss Fishburne, did you not?
Yes, I did. She was like a mother to me. So nice and so sweet. But she died before I had a chance to tell her I loved her.
I'm sure she knew you loved her, Rufus.
Won't cheer me up, you know. It's too late. I've lost everything, again. I really am Rufus the Curse.
Tell me everything you can about Seymour Fishburne's behavior. I know he can be violent.
Seymour killed Jack, my rat, while smiling at me. And then he cleaned his hands on my jacket and he left. I think he killed his mother.
Did you do anything that made him mad enough to kill Jack?
I told him I've cried a lot since his ma died. Seymour said I had no right. He said he cried more than me. Then he killed Jack.
Seymour won't touch you, I swear.
He will not forgive me after what I said. I'm so scared. I lived an orphan, I died an orphan. Rufus the Cursed truly was my name.
Good evening, Seymour.
Oh, look who's back. The good Dr. Reed. Ain't you got anyone else to annoy? Some other life to save, perhaps?
You need to calm down, sir.
Don't you dare order me around. She's dead. And it's my fault. It's all my fault.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
You seem upset. Perhaps I'll come back later.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Lively! It's on to us! Over there! There's one of them burning! It's one of them! I'll put an end to you! You'll take its head! Bloody monster! Shit! You'll pay for that! He's mine!
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a lovely idiot.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I don't feel the peace I was looking for. Mother, were you right all along? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys! Bloody monster!
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust. It's locked.
My sweet girl.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Your son asked me to find this letter, Mrs. Goswick. However, I thought it would be preferable to give it to you.
I already know what I'm going to read. Mortimer, why are you acting in this way? I have done everything I can to help you, but it's not enough.
We will talk about this letter later. I understand that you need some privacy.
Before you leave, take this for your trouble. Thanks to you, my son still has a future. Perhaps.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
One of them!
It's locked, all right.
It's an eat! Kill her!